So friendship's an interesting one. Why? Because the way friendships happen is they kind of happen in a very unnatural way. Think about when you have a job interview. You know, when you go to the job interview, they tell you about the job, you tell them about yourself, and then when they send you a job contract and they're like, okay, you're going to work these hours, you're expected to do this and this and this, and they list it out perfectly, everything that needs to be done. And therefore, you're clear on the boundaries, they're clear on the boundaries, you're clear on the expectations, they're clear on the expectations. Friendship's very, very different, right? Friendship might be like, I go to my masjid or my ISOC at uni, and I kind of start speaking to someone for 2 minutes, and then I see them again 1 week later, and then I speak to them for 20 minutes, and then, you know, I go to lunch with them, and then, you know, 2 months later, we're really good friends and we always speak to each other. But there's never been any boundaries defined, there's never been any expectations set, and that can lead to issues. Why? Because like someone, like let's say me and Asil are friends, Asil is bringing all of her normal boundaries, her normal expectations to the relationship, and I'm bringing my normal boundaries and my normal expectations, but we've never discussed what they are. So that can kind of cause issues. So one of the things that can be done is to kind of reset boundaries, reset expectations. So I think there's two elements to this. Though. There's one element that, look, life generally is all about change, and it's always changing, right? So we can't expect it to be the same. I remember when one of my friends my best friend, he got married. And I remember like he was like proper into his wife. Like obviously he's supposed to be into his wife, right? He just got married. But I was like, what the hell? Like we're supposed to be best mates and he's not like doing this, he's not doing that. And it's a stupid way of me thinking, but life generally changes like that, right? So our friends need to be aware of that. If they're not aware, then we need to make them aware. That look, you know, the time we spent together in uni was amazing. I wish we could spend time like that now. But like the responsibilities I have now, I'm not able to do that. So I'm just giving you a heads up that it can't be like that anymore. Not because I don't like you, not because I want to be distant from you, not because I want things to change, but rather because I'm in a certain situation now and I have responsibilities, I have this, I have that, and therefore it's going to be like that. Then the person realizes, oh, it's not trying to hurt me, it's not trying to like make me feel bad, it's not something because of me, it's not this, it's not that, it's just the situation, right? So I think having those discussions are good and it's important, and that person needs to understand. And maybe if it was my friend, I would tell them, and then I would tell them again and again and again if I had to. Okay, but there is another thing that you mentioned, which I don't know if it's something substantial, but something to be careful of, is that if you told her you were going to do something and you didn't do it, that's different. You know, like, you know, we can't always speak when we're supposed to. I can't do the things we're supposed to. Like, if you said to me that, look, I'll go and do this for you, but now then you got busy and this and you didn't do it, I would say that's slightly different. But generally, everything else you said about the relationship and this and that, I think the main thing is to communicate with the people and let them know that, look, we have to reset boundaries, we have to reset expectations because my life has changed so much. It's the same, like imagine me and you, I'm a sister and you're a sister, we speak every single day, like before you go to sleep, and then you get married. Like realistically, I can't expect to speak to you every night before you go to sleep because, you know, your husband might want his own time and, you know, he might not like that and this and that. So there's going to be changes. So it's good to, obviously you expect people to know, look, I'm getting married, of course it's going to be different. But at the same time, there's no harm in communicating that as well, I think. So if you're partly responsible, then I would basically try and partly resolve it personally. If I felt like I wasn't responsible at all, maybe I'd help her as a friend, but I wouldn't get that deep into it. But if you feel like maybe there's something you did wrong, if you feel like there was something wrong that maybe you did which could have made it worse, or, you know, has some responsibility in the situation, then maybe I would fix that. But other than that, you know, it's not something you can control, so there's no point you going deep into it. No, but like I said, if I felt like I was partly responsible, like I asked you there, in that case I would actually have a discussion and I would try and fix it. And maybe you have that discussion and it doesn't affect her and she doesn't get out of it and all that stuff, but at least you know in your heart and in front of Allah that, look, you thought there might be some little bit that maybe you played a part in it, and then you tried to rectify it as well. But if you leave it and do nothing, then it's like I kind of felt like I did something and I didn't do anything about it. So I would always say take action, do something that at least in the sight of Allah, like He can see you did something, and even for that person you did something good.